So I'm just going to explain that last play. It seems a bit odd because these structures are tokens, so they actually count for this, right? So I've got 1 token, but these are basically not going to die, and my opponent might have Grapnel Paradigm in their deck, which would steal them later, so they're going to get better earlier in the game. Simulacra Obelisk, goodness me, that's frightening. We need to contest that, and the other reason for doing this is it gets cards out of my hand, so I can play the Sojourner. I will replace this Ice Age. Oh, that's a good draw. I should play that very defensively. But ideally still somewhere where I can attack this, which isn't really a combination I have access to if I want my opponent to not be able to hit it. They can't Falcius it though, at least. I can like punch, I can play it sort of here. Come down and punch this and prepare to Mana Death Grip it. So I punch it again, or kill it with one of these, Death Grip next turn, and that ramps up. And then we can play Luminous Charge as well, hopefully. The Speechless Mulligan. I look forward to the YouTube comments on that one. Yeah, I'm going to put this here. How long does this take to build? 2. That's not very long. I really do need to pressure this obelisk, actually. Maybe I should just take the risk that... Maybe I should just play it on the mana tile and say YOLO. Like... They have to find 1 damage, which pings are not that common in Vitruvian. They don't have Falcius, so it's probably solid. Or Titan Wanderer. Titan Wanderer is brave. Accumulonimbus Quilmar, Creep Doom, Zorzul Cast with Crypto Mentor to self-ping Sarlax, Cadence Bone Crusher. All your decks are really slow, whereas... yeah, those are all options. I have a couple of Zorzul decks already. I think I'm going to spend a little longer experimenting with him. Oh god. We're going to die. We're so going to die to these. What are we punching these for? So we can almost kill this. We need 2 more damage on it. 1 more damage if we draw something. So these are up. That doesn't work, right? These don't get kinetic surged. I can play this and just make some big stuff. That seems fine. Put some 3/3s behind here. Which means replacing the Luminous Charge. Circulus. Ooh. Yeah, that seems good. We can play that instead of this. Draw some cards. We can play Circulus, Mana Death Grip Sojourner. Clear this. Get the ramp. Let's play... Oh, it's so awkward. I really want to... I'm pretty sure these don't get summoned for this, but... which means I want to use them to kill the 2/5 instead. Or start working on this one. I can start working on this one. Maybe that's more sensible. So ignore the one up there. Yeah, we'll do this. Lay down a Sojourner to body block. This. This. Everyone wail on the big obelisk. Yeah, these didn't get buffed. Okay, that's good. Where are we? You can build an unlimited Lurking Fear deck with Carrion and Lurking Fear. That is definitely what I'm going to do for that unlimited quest, because that's hilarious. If I want something fast, go Glacial Fissure, Burn Fey. Yeah. This card in general, like, I love the idea of that Dispel Vanar deck. I might try that. I feel like this whole meta gets wrecked by Plasma Storm. Oh yeah. I think that's why lots of people are trying to play mid-range Varth. Including me. I built Keeper. I might have to ignore these, which is a terrible idea, I know. I don't know who has the inevitability here. I guess eventually I can try and set this up. Currently I have 0 tokens, so that's a great start. Oh, that's a bad boy. Yeah, go on. Draw me a card. Oh, they're going to kill the Sojourner. Makes sense. Oh, that's a good draw. Oh, hey, I can ravage a thing. No! My one-offs. Damn it! Opponent's milling all my sweet one-offs. Right. How do I kill all of this nonsense? Attack. Mana Death Grip. Attacking that doesn't do a ton. I can replace this first. Myriad. I can start working on these tokens. We have to kill this as well, right? So I should probably... Man, this is rough. Kill that. Kill this. Back up. Play out some crap. Hey, alright. So we can turn this, I guess, into a fox next turn, turn this into a bear. Oh, interesting. Letting Thunderhorn be a rattlesnake. I have 8 mana while my opponent has 5. This card is dumb. How many tokens are we on? 1. We have 1 token. Next turn we can play this. Could I do the thing next turn? I can like... Oh, I can... Aspect of the Bear this. Aspect of the Ravager something. Oh, no. I can probably still do that. I think I can still do that. So it's like Aspect of the Bear on this. Ravager on this. That's 4 mana for up to 3 tokens. Play this. No, wait, I'm still 1 off. Or I just jam Embla and hope. Then I also don't get rid of anything. This is probably a little slow. No! Damn. Okay. I can go punch. I can't actually remove this. I might have to use the aspect on something. Yeah, I can't play Embla here because the Thunderhorn just kills all the tokens. I mean, I guess if I get 4 wall types off it, it will complete the quest, but I doubt that's going to be the case. So I think we go kill this, get rid of that, run out some stuff. Okay, so if my opponent draws removal for this, that's really bad actually, this spawn. I don't have quite enough time to think through all of that. I mean, I guess if these all die, they're mostly expendable, but... Someone is assembling an IKEA desk close to your mic. Sorry, that's probably me drumming on the table or something. Love Cloudcaller in my Fey decks now. That's a good idea. Yeah, Cloudcaller is really strong, and I've actually opened a couple, so that's good. Alright, so we only have 1 of these, and it's miles away, so we can ignore this for now. The snowball is over at least. So now we have to deal with this T-Horn, which we can hopefully do next turn. Oh no! Okay, so these are all going to die. That sucks. At least... Okay, that's fine. Like, I can kill this now. Because it's going to take damage from this. It's going to go to 2 so I can punch it. Oh, they're going to shrink the Luminous Charge? Okay, fine. That's pretty sensible, actually. So I'll have to trade the Wisp for it, probably. Which is okay. I can let my opponent have their mana back now. Or is there anything better I can do? I can Aspect of the Bear this and punch the Thunderhorn, and then they don't get their mana back. I have a token. I'll have a illusion. We can replace this. More luminous charges. So that puts me up to 2 tokens, which obviously isn't very many. And then next turn I can play Embler and hopefully get them all. Or if I play this now... No, I just replaced the illusion. That doesn't work. Oh, my kinetic surge is on cooldown anyway. Yeah, let's play the luminous charge this turn. So we'll do this to clear the T-Horn. Play the illusion. Play out a bunch of these annoying things. Oh, bit of the old lag there. I'm deliberately not trying especially hard to like trap my opponent with these. The idea being that they can back off if they want, and then Embler will get lots of value. Usually people don't take the risk of a possible Fisher if they're low enough for it to be a finisher, though. Yeah, unless you've got the Mesmerize, at which point you're using a lot of cards. Just gonna mute myself again while my opponent's thinking. Gets. Simulacrum Obelisk only builds more when... Oh, God. That's frightening. Simulacrum Obelisk only builds more when there's... when it builds. So it doesn't make, like, increasing numbers. Oh. That's frightening. Let's see if we can draw removal for that. There's still 2 or 3 more aspects in my deck. And if not, hopefully we'll put a Provoke in front of it. Or at least disable it from moving? Sure. Can I kill this at all? More Circuli, not so useful. I think Embler needs to get a little closer. Is it enough? No, it's not. No, it is enough. Hell yes! And this is provoked here only once. So it'll be able to attack any of these rows. So we should move this. I'm not really sure how to do this. How do I play around this? They'll just make loads of... They're flying and rush. So the ones are just going to kill everything. So what I should do is move my stuff into the rows where I can attack it with walls, I guess. Right, so if they want to kill my dudes, they can. They're going to be over here. If my opponent is... Can you attack a row without a target? Like, can they actually go here and attack? Oh, that's awkward. They can punch this and... Oh, it doesn't matter that much. The important thing is they can't blast here, so Embler is actually threatening a bunch of damage. And to be fair, my opponent can get as much Swarm King Scarab value as they want. They're probably still going to die next turn, because they have to clear loads of walls. Uh-huh. That's awkward if they can remove one of these. And this. So I guess they can punch this and then use a removal spell on one of these. Oh, that's what you're doing. Oh, with obelisks, I get it. I don't think that matters. They're likely dead. Right, and then you shoot here, I guess? No, they're going that way to get as many 1/1s as possible. That's cute. My good. Oh, I see. It mills the opponent out. Yeah, sure. I get it now. That's very clever. They're still dead, but like, are they? No, that's not even lethal, is it? They might have won this game. Has that milled up my entire deck? It must have. Not quite. They can remove Embler. And we can't remove this, which is really awkward. Unless one of the cards left in the deck is removal. And we replace into it. I don't know how I feel about Mnemovore. Like, it's an interesting effect. And a clever build around, but like... It's really awkward that you can't do anything about one-turn combos like this. I mean, to be fair, I could have removed the Swarm King Scarab. They did have to stick that, but like... Feels bad, man. Actually, those are good, aren't they? These are all good. This is like... She's less good, I guess? Myriad. I mean, I can make more tokens. It's horrible, IMO mill sucks. It's also especially good against your type of decks, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, I'll be honest. Okay, well, let's make some more stuff, shall we? Let's do a bit of this, and a bit of this, and go a little bit of face. Make the new ones even bigger. So my opponent is still dead. I'm not sure there's much they can do about this. Especially as, even though they've milled me out, I still get to make a 6/5 every turn until they remove the Circulus. The interesting thing about Mnemovore is that, like, being milled out fully is, like, maybe more beatable than I would have expected. There are some interesting things that have happened after I got milled out. I mean, we might still lose this game, like, they can trade off the Mnemovore with one of these, blast some stuff. Oh, they still have to kill a lot of these. Oh, they can go there and then shoot here. Yeah, and that sucks. That kills the Circulus as well. And we can't quite reach. We get to kill this, but they can... Yeah, I think they've won this. Although we do have another Embler. Oh, and this survived. Oh, no, they can kill it. Oh, my Pandora, that was left. Holy crap. They can't defend the Scarab. So the Scarab's going to die at least. And we can trade with the 7/2 and then play an Embler. So we're probably okay. It's just so uninteractive to play against. They get to control your deck while pushing their own win con at the same time. It's almost as bad as bouncing stuff on the top of your deck. I do agree with that. I don't like it very much. Compared to... like when the card was printed, I was like, oh my god, you can do all sorts of stupid stuff. But it turns out that you can. And that's not a ton of fun. So although I'm generally a proponent of stupid stuff, I didn't have a massively good time with it. My goodness, they're really pushing this. What can I do? Well, I can kill this, obviously. That seems like a good idea. I can kill this. I can kill the Mnemovore for whatever that's worth. I can kill one of these tokens. And then I can play another Embler. And one of these. I'm just going to clear this to protect my stuff, basically, to make it more likely that I have lethal. Yeah, like, I guess it's the same old problem with like how fun are uninteractable win cons. Because a lot of the time, like the one thing about Mnemovore is that it does actually provide a counter to decks that are just going to sit there and grind you out with their stuff in deck. Blood of Air. Oh, this isn't even built yet. Of course. And then they can get this in to hit it, but they need another +1 because this is body blocking. So this was actually a good play. Oh, there we go. There's the trade. And they're still dead, but like... Oh, they're not dead. This is now body blocking. That's fine, because the wall will clear all of these and give me a tempo hit. This can punch the Fireblaze Obelisk down. Or not. So I may yet lose. I can deploy... can play a Winter Marriage in the middle of this. So we can clear this. Get out of there, Fireblaze Obelisk. We can go... I kind of want to do all of this. I want to play Myriad, but I want to play Circulus as well. Okay, I'll do the Circulus, I think, this turn. So we go... kill this. Clear these. Play this in the corner. Play this. Play some Winter Myriads. Play some more stuff. How much removal do you have? This opponent better not be playing Circle of Bloody Desiccation after this. That's the thought, actually. Maybe I should have held on to one of those illusions. Yeah, I do think Mnemovore is interesting, is the main thing. Like, it's kind of intellectually interesting. I don't know how much I like it, and I think if it's any good, it'll probably get enough, because that's not very fun. But it's kind of the same as any other, like, an interactive win con. It's harder to use than most of them, right? It's harder to use than maybe, like, Hate Furnace or Zorzul even. You have to put, like, some ingenuity. Like, what my opponent did there with the Scarabs, that's really clever and quite difficult, because they have to play a 7-drop, and then, or 6-drop, whatever it is, and then stick it through removal. Desiccation is rotated. Hell yes. Then my play was correct. My opponent is still trying. I don't know why. I'm not sure they can do much about this. Can they body block? No? Do they have burst? No. They are dead. Finally. I'm playing this. Wow. Hot diggity dog. How is Mnemovore uninteractive? Mnemovore is uninteractive because in practice you can't actually do anything to stop it milling out a large number of your cards. The combos that work best with it involve the Mnemovore itself coming down as a surprise factor, and basically your opponent can set it up any number of ways. Sometimes they do it entirely out of hand. Like, one thing you can do that I mean to try at some point is Mnemovore Mana Vortex Panda Tensionary, which mills out most of your opponent's deck. The other thing, of course, is that if they can't remove it, which is, you know, not that easy if it's far away, then you get to mill them out basically immediately if you untap with it, so you can play Ice Age or Emblow or whatever, and you mill out your opponent's deck. And at that point, it basically acts as a very strong trump card. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, and as you saw there, it's still beatable, right? It takes a lot of time to set up the combo. Your opponent can remove your setup pieces. It's hard to like mill them all the way out in one turn without sticking something. But what that ends up meaning is that in practice the card is probably not that good, right? Against maybe as a sideboard card in very controlling decks, but other than that, like as a in a typical Duelyst competitive meta, once people have stopped like noodling around and experimenting, it'll probably become less good because it'll be slow. And people will play lots of removal to tempo your big things. They'll pressure you, like this game is very aggressive. So cards like this tend not to be inherently dangerous. The problem being that long games are quite fun sometimes, and it is nice to have that like lengthy joust. And cards like Mnemovore and the Trials and things basically shut those off. Like if you're playing a normal deck and your opponent's playing a trial deck, and the game goes long, you're screwed, right? And this has upsides and downsides from a design perspective. On the flip side, on the downside, it means that normal decks where the game happens to go long, or like normal control decks, can't compete. You have to be playing some kind of janky trump card. On the flip side, it makes the games shorter, so you're unlikely to get stuck into a 30-minute game, like randomly on the ladder. B, the control decks can still play this stuff, or you can trade off and be better against aggro and lose percentage points against trial decks. And C, there's lots of different ways to end the game. So as long as there are like enough of them that are seeing play and have some counterplay to them or have some tempo, then it can be okay. Like at least from a competitive standpoint. I think cards like Mnemovore and Hate Furnace and stuff, they have an inherent, like you could counter them if you built your deck to be able to play in such a way that, you know, if you can counter Hate Furnace by playing loads of provokes, for instance. But those cards are underpowered against other decks. So you don't necessarily want to do that, but you could, in theory. I mean, Hollow Grovekeeper becomes great in that situation, right? For instance. So you could tech against Hate Furnace. You could sideboard against it in a tournament, but that doesn't mean that on ladder with your random normal deck, or worse, something you're just testing or playing for fun, that doesn't mean that it's still going to be particularly enjoyable to play against a deck that can just put some stuff on the field, put some buff spells on it out of hand, and then all their minions out of hand have this powerful Mercantor style ability that lets them kill your stuff, burst you down. So it's the fact that given time, these decks will win in a way that you can't actually stop. Like, you can't stop them from completing Hate Furnace if they have enough time. The only way to stop it is to kill them first, which, like, works for all of these things. But it's sad that that's the main counterplay to basically a large number of diverse and quite interesting win conditions. But, like, all the Trials, Mnemovore, like, Doom, Old Obliterate, like, basically the main... Actually, Obliterate's not so bad, you can dispel the creep tiles, but... like, the main way to stop any of this stuff, you can't really prevent the Hidiots, the... whatever his name is, the Songhai trial player from playing minions. You can't do anything about the Highlander one. You just have to hope they draw the bad half of their deck. Or try and set it up so that you're punishing them for playing a 7/7 for 6. But all of that kind of involves the same stuff. Kill them first. And so, from a meta perspective, you basically have a bunch of very diverse, very interesting, fun trial decks to build that are all counted in the same way and counter each other horrendously. Like, basically, whoever has the better trial will win a large portion of the time because you're both kind of dawdling around. And as the meta develops and as people's decks develop, like, that game was actually really fun, right? I'm talking about all this, but, like, my opponent played his stupid trump card, I played my stupid trump card, and we had a really interesting game. And, like, my opponent clung on for a while, hoping I would fatigue out, run out of resources. I was just able to, like, build enough board presence that I could set up lethal. I had enough cards that made tokens left in my hand when they Mnemovored me that I was able to win. So the game was actually really fun and interesting. And it could have gone on forever if my opponent hadn't done that. Like, they would have just lost eventually to Oak in the Nematon, and I would have had all the time in the world to just fill the board with 7/7s at my leisure. And you can't beat that. So it's kind of interesting that there is a way, like, my opponent could have fatigued me, and if my hand had been mostly reactive when they'd done that, I would have lost the game. So it provides, like, the saving grace of this system is, like, trials counter trials in a way, right? Everyone has their own stupid win con that allows them to do something janky, and then eventually they'll win the game. And if your deck is janky, it's slower. And so like, there's kind of two ways the meta could develop. One of them is the trials are all oppressive or bad. And the other is they kind of play... You can have, like, silly games where you're both throwing your trial cards at each other, and you can also have games where, like, someone is playing a normal deck, like mid-range Vath or an aggro deck, and trying to pressure the trial player out.